compete in a free world, in Western culture, with that kind of mentality. We must be able to provide our own sustainable energy. And Obama is not doing us a favor by saying that he's going to push initiatives for solar energy, because it will all come from China. Now today, that's not where I wanted to really start. It's not what I wanted to cover, but like I said, we'll start in the middle. So what is a community other than enhancing our arts and our culture and our heritage? And yeah, recreational opportunities. You know, overall, people want a community that promotes or supports a healthy and an active group of people. Residents of these are wanting to engage in a higher quality of life in all ways. And so communities should continue to host a number of these cultural and art and heritage opportunities. And so when you start a community or get involved in one, you need to be thinking that way. So, does a community that you have engage in initiatives like that? Or are you worried about feeding and eating? Survival only? You can't exist on just that. You need community centers, and you need open space theaters or recreational plans, and you need to have, you know, active involvement that include not just work but also play. You need to be able to work together to maintain something that's very important, something that is involving the creative nature that is inside you that is different than other creatures in this universe. So, when you're looking for a community, your goal should include that there are opportunities like this, and those are going to be important when you're searching for community. As a guideline, yeah, get ready for the bad stuff to hit the fan. But I want you to know that this is also an opportunity, I believe, to enhance your life through community, to enhance your health, your mental and spiritual well-being. But we've got some other bad news that we need to talk about. In the meantime, I'm not going to delve into very long the fact that, as I've told you from the very first day that the swine flu broke loose, that there was something called pleomorphics. The morphing of the virus continues. It has spread into Western Europe more. It continues to be denied as anything more changes that are popping up. That's not what's happening. It is pervasively the same dangerous changes at a certain point of their genetics that are deadly. And I don't mean just 2%. But by and large, we'll be lucky if 100%, if it's not 100% deadly. And now is the time for you to start preparing. It's not time for you to buy something and put it on a shelf. It's time for you to start right now to build your immune system. And I don't mean taking just silver. I don't mean just taking garlic. You need to teach your body that there is a virus that it will need to recognize, because viruses are these really interesting creatures that are invisible to the immune system and cannot be identified. Many of them are called L-form, meaning they are cell wall deficient, and we can't have any identity of their existence by our immune system, because what the immune system uses in order to detect them is missing. So you need to teach your immune system how to recognize these invaders, these foreign, alien invaders to your body by taking pleomorphic remedies. I don't know there's a soul out there. I don't care what radio station you listen to. I don't care what radio announcer and health doctor you listen to. I dare say there's one talking about pleomorphics. I dare say there's one that spent 2 years after their doctorate, like I have, understanding that the existing model of medicine, including naturopathy and alternative medicine, needs to understand this issue, that pleomorphics come, and they are going to need to be addressed when there's a specific, well, when there's a life-threatening condition like this occurring. Please contact me. I'll make sure there's some way that you can get them. If you're in Canada, in the United States, I can get those for you. I can make them available for you. Okay, so what am I going to talk about today? What's the rest of today? What else are we going to do? I really want to talk about the basis for all of this information that we've talked about. And so kind of starting, let me kind of just go ahead and start again in the middle. You know, why we have what we have as far as the government is based on the certain things that I think we have forgotten. Now, it's going to be a little different than you're thinking probably. You know, when Benjamin Franklin left the Constitutional Convention, he was asked by a woman, well, doctor, and I know you've heard this, have we got a republic or a monarchy? Franklin told her, a republic if you can keep it. You know, the republican form of government and a monarchy are two entirely different types of government. A republic is a state in which a supreme power rests in the power or the body of the people, and these citizens are entitled to vote, and it's exercised by representatives chosen directly or indirectly by those citizens. It's a state in which the head of the government is not a monarch and is usually elected or nominated. So that's what a republic is, okay? And I know that there are going to be somebody out there going, well, that's good because monarchs aren't good. Well, let's talk about what is a monarchy. A monarchy is a form of government of which there is a sovereignty by that ruler and their absolute rule by sovereignty. And ascendancy to that governing chair is determined by birth and then, of course, by birth order. Both of these forms of government are incompatible with each other. In fact, they're hostile. The very definition of sovereign or supreme ruler excludes multiple simultaneous sovereigns. In other words, you can't have two sovereign heads. Anything with two heads is what? It's a monster. But I'm going to go somewhere today with this thought that you won't be thinking I'm going. So, why did a monarchy get started in the first place? I'm going to tell you. Do you know what and why a monarchy exists? We complain or hear complaints today about the Queen not being good, and primarily we continue to say the Queen of the Netherlands, the Queen of England, and all that these monarchs represent are bad. Is there a reason for that? Should that reflect an opinion upon the monarchical system? Don't let that influence your thought on a monarchy without being informed. Because a monarchical system was started to protect the people. You see, monarchs and a matriarchal society are not the same. because mono